The 2022 Super Bowl halftime show was definitely one for the ages, with appearances from Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, and even some surprise guest appearances from 50 Cent and Anderson Paak. Now, there was a lot going on in this 15-minute show, including tons of callbacks to the artist's respective career, and I'm here to show you everything that you missed, but more importantly, everything great about the Super Bowl halftime show 2022. But first, I would like to thank the sponsor of this video, Raid Shadow Legends. Imagine a game with some badass bosses and so much action that you'll love every second. With hundreds of champions to kick ass with, you can stack your pack up to send a message. Beat everybody up in their PvPs and earn a reputation of someone that you don't want to mess with. Running arenas, I know you're probably thinking like, Crypt, what is this game? It's Raid Shadow Legends. Let me tell you about a personal favorite boss of mine, man, like Kavarius, the guardian of the Void Key. He used to be the priest of light, but had an epiphany one night. Now we went and crossed the line and joined the darkness on the team and got kicked from the pre-squad, and that made him pissed off. So you gotta fight him now and deal with his poison. I recommend a shield buff or remove his debuffs. Either way, get ready, cause you can't avoid it. And there's so much more to this game. All of the Hydra heads are here to play. And if you click the link below or scan the QR code, you're gonna get a ton of gifts to help you start in this game. Yo, shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. I just won an arena match. Right now, you can download Raid Shadow Legends for free by scanning the QR code on the screen or going down low and clicking my link in the description. And if you're a first-time player, you're gonna get the free Epic Champion Ina, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 full day of XP boost, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon some dope champions as soon as you get into the game. And all of this awesomeness is gonna be waiting for you guys right up here in the top right corner in your inbox. Just click that bad boy. All your rewards are gonna be right there. There's no better time to start playing. There's even a special Valentine's Day event going on where you can get your hands on a brand new legendary champion. So go download for free, and shout out to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video.
The National Football League welcomes you to the Pepsi Super Bowl 56 halftime show.
This opening sequence is a very cool zoom-in effect on the city of Compton, where Dr. Dre was born and raised and created his music career, paying a very nice tribute to his roots. Kendrick Lamar was also born in Compton, and Snoop Dogg was born just down the road at Long Beach, so technically this is a local performance at the Super Bowl. That's just awesome. The graphic also shows the city in the palm of Dr. Dre's hands, obviously seen as the metaphor that the city is in the palm of his hands, meaning that everybody loves him. But the map in his hand is specifically centered around Rosecrans Avenue, which is where all things hip-hop happen in the West Coast. In fact, Rosecrans has been rapped about by several artists, including Tupac Shakur on California Love, which just so happens to be a song on the set list of this very halftime show.
Worldwide, let 'em recognize from Long Beach to Rosecrans.
Also, another little side note, Rosecrans Avenue was where Suge Knight ran over Terry Carter and murdered him and got his prison sentence, but that's not going to be a win. That's just a little side fact for you. But the main point of this is that the set that they're performing on is literally Rosecrans Avenue, right there in the center of the city of Compton. More on that later. The halftime show starts with Dr. Dre at a mixing board. You can't get better than that. But behind the mixing board, you can see that there is a background of a studio that is slowly lowering down behind it to reveal the entire crowd of the Super Bowl. There's just something poetic about that. In case you forgot, just over a year ago, Dr. Dre had a brain aneurysm and almost died. And now he's headlining the Super Bowl. This image is iconic.
It's the one and only Snoop Dogg.
The next episode, bringing it back to Rosecrans, Tam's Burgers number 21 is a very famous burger spot on Rosecrans. And it's where Suge Knight ran over that dude that I mentioned earlier. This right here is the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, built just down the road from Rosecrans Avenue in Compton. These are the stereotypical type of vehicles that you would see driving around the streets of Compton, especially in the late 80s, early 90s, late 90s, which is the era that Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre originated from.
Come back, get back, that's the part of success. If you believe in the ass, you'll be relieving your stress.
Snoop's set has a lot going for it. This top left picture right here is from his video, Who Am I? This was the lead single from his album Doggy Style, which is also on the wall behind him. Also, it was rumored that Snoop was asked to not have any gang affiliation to the Crips or any gang at all during the halftime show, so we couldn't see the famous blue bandana hanging out of the back pocket.
I keep a blue flag hanging out my backside, but only on the left side. Yeah, that's the Crip side.
So instead, he made his entire outfit look like a blue bandana. The third picture in the background is Snoop Dogg with his mother, who unfortunately died just 4 months ago. Also, it's hard to see in the video, so here's a picture. Snoop Dogg is is wearing a FaZe Clan chain, which is awesome for the gaming community. I used to be in a team called Red, which was the farm team just below FaZe Clan. Fun fact about me. But he's also, more importantly, wearing a Death Row Records chain, and Snoop Dogg just purchased Death Row Records a few days before the Super Bowl, and that is who he was originally signed to. They have a lot of his catalog. It's a huge W. Death Row used to be owned by Suge Knight, who I've also mentioned in this video, that killed someone, and that reminds me of one of the greatest interview moments of all time that I'm going to play for you right now.
Suge Knight recently said he used to be a superstar and now he's just a no-limit soldier. What do you say to that?
Nothing. He used to be a CEO, now he's just an inmate.
Moving on over to Dre's shot, he's not even in this room long, but there's some really cool things about it. Here we are on the inside of a barbershop looking outside across the street over at Dale's Donuts, which is another legendary spot in Compton. You can see the shop chair of the barbershop, but I also love that the lettering on the backdrop is in reverse for the barbershop because they're technically supposed to be decals on the outside of the window. The sign that says that they are closed on the inside is actually open because the open sign is facing towards the public. It's just a really cool attention to detail. What's even better is that in real life, if you go across the street from Dale's Donuts, there is a barbershop with a similar looking font on the front door. Also in reverse, this says Boosie Fade in reference to Boosie's style of haircut. I just thought that was a cool shout out. Going back to Snoop's shot, you can see that he has crossed his way into Tam's Burgers. We know this is Tam's because in the next shot, when Dre and him meet up on the rooftop of the next building and they turn around the opposite way that they've been facing the entire time, we can see the signage for Tam's Burgers out front, which we could not see in the other shots of this show so far. And just like in Dre's shot, if you go to Tam's Burgers number 21 in real life, you can see the exact same signage of the store that is at this halftime Super Bowl show. And furthermore, if you go to the real one and go across the street, you can find a store plaza just like the one that's shown in the backdrop of the restaurant that Snoop is in. This shot also confirms the barbershop that Dre was just in by showing the storefront to it, again, just showing the crazy attention to detail that was at this halftime show. And now Dre and Snoop meet on top of Eve After Dark, and if you have seen Straight Outta Compton, you know how important this building is. It's no longer Eve After Dark. I think it's under a different name and company. This is what it looks like now. But essentially, this is where NWA was formed and all of the group members met each other. They used to have open mic nights at this club. Dr. Dre would spin records there, DJ Yellow would spin records there, Ice Cube would come and rap there, and Eazy-E would sit in the crowd and listen for new talent. And if you have seen the movie, the scene where Eazy-E gets in the booth for the first time and records Boys in the Hood happened right here at the studio in the back of this nightclub. Also, the Eve After Dark marquee shows you exactly who is going to be in the halftime show, giving away the secret that 50 Cent and Anderson Paak will make a guest appearance. Also, it says the Compton Super Bowl, not the Los Angeles Super Bowl, which I thought was awesome. Shout out to my producer and fellow rapper Joey Nato for pointing this one out for me. In the transition between Snoop and Dr. Dre, you can hear the opening synths to Nothing But a G Thing.
West Coast, make some noise! Come on, put your hands in the air!
California Love.
I've been in the game for 30 years making rap songs.
Dre switches the original lyrics from 10 years making rap tunes to 30 years making rap tunes, reflecting his 30-year career.
I've been in the game for 10 years making rap tunes.
The transition from California Love to In the Club of 50 Cent worked incredibly well, especially with the live instrumentals. But also shout out to the camera guy for following the movements of Dre and Snoop Dogg going down to 50 Cent, making this work out perfectly. But also, this is a callback to 50's In the Club music video where he does this exact same thing.
Go, 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 go.
Also, 50 is literally in a nightclub rapping in the club. Because if you remember from earlier, the front side of the building that he is in is Eve After Dark, which is the nightclub. So 50 is in the club, rapping in the club. Also, in the club. Also, in the club was produced by Dr. Dre, and he helped write some of the lyrics. Family Affair. Also, this song was produced by Dr. Dre, and he helped write some of the lyrics.
Broken heart again.
No more drama. Mad City. Kendrick paying total homage to Dr. Dre with the Dre Day boxes and the Dre Day sashes. This entire Super Bowl is surrounded by Dr. Dre, so this is literally Dre Day.
Man down, where you from?
That camera work though. But also the energy of this section right here had my entire bar that I was watching the Super Bowl in going crazy. But also this seems to be a small little callback to Kendrick's Humble video where he's standing in the middle of a crowd rapping his song. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but I wanted to include it in this. The transition from Mad City to Alright was incredible. Also, Alright.
Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers acting about Dre.
I'm fairly certain Kendrick came up with this for the halftime show because I can't find those lyrics in any of his songs anywhere, but the transition from Alright to Forgot About Dre to bring out Eminem was probably the best transition there could have been.
But nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish and motherfuckers acting they
Forgot About Dre. The transition from Forgot About Dre to Lose Yourself, again, incredible, showing the amazing work behind Dr. Dre's producing skills. Also, it's Lose Yourself. This is the anthem. This is the one song you grow up listening to if you play sports that gets you hyped for everything. If you're a quarterback and you hear this at halftime, you're coming out throwing 500 yards and 7 touchdowns. No excuses. I gotta give 5 wins to Anderson Paak alone for being a total vibe the entire time he's playing the drums for Eminem, but he's also singing Eminem's lyrics with them. It's just awesome. All of the backup dancers on the field are wearing some form of what Eminem wore during the Lose Yourself music video, also during the 8 Mile film. I can't play a lot of the audio because of copyright claims and strikes, but go back and listen to the performance of Lose Yourself. There was a lot of really cool elements about the live instrumental. Anderson Paak had a ton of really cool drum fills. There were some guitar solos and a lot of really amazing things that I want to give some praise right here. But also, seeing Mary J and 50 Cent rock out to Lose Yourself on the couch right there, then the transition up to Dr. Dre, it was just a really cool cinematic moment. Dre plays the intro to I Ain't Mad At You by Tupac, which is a song that he produced. I thought it was a really cool nod to Tupac, who undoubtedly would have been at this halftime show with Dre had he still been alive and not murdered early on in his career. Also, Eminem is taking a knee right here, and there's a lot of talks whether he is kneeling in honor of Colin Kaepernick, who took a knee during the national anthem, or if he is just honoring Tupac since a Tupac song is playing right now. I personally think he's doing a little bit of both. Either way, I'm not going to give it a win or a loss. I'm just going to acknowledge that it happened, and we're going to move on from it. Some of the most refreshing piano keys ever put together in a sequence, still Dre. Also, that transition though. All of the backup dancers are wearing exactly what Snoop Dogg is wearing in the Dre Day video, but I feel like this is an outfit that you would commonly see either one of them dressed in. All of these legends up top is just the icing on the cake for this incredible halftime show. But they're also all doing the background vocals, saying the word still in between Dr. Dre's raps. Also, Jay-Z is in the crowd having the time of his life rapping a song that he wrote entirely. Yes, Jay-Z wrote this entire song.
And it was still Dre, and it was Jay-Z, and he wrote the whole fucking song.
Compton flag and a Dre Day flag. Again, iconic. Also, last but not least, this is Super Bowl number 56, and Dr. Dre is 56 years old, making him the only headlining act in Super Bowl history to be the same age as the Super Bowl number. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. These Everything Great About videos take me an extremely long time, like 3 or 4 days of sitting at my computer for 10 hours straight doing nothing but research and making sure everything is right. They also get demonetized because I use images of these artists and sometimes use sound bites, so I don't make any money from these videos. If you guys want to help me out at all I ask you to do is give my music a chance. It is down there in the description and I can get paid from the streams that way, not asking for any kind of money or anything like that. But please, just give my music a chance. Helps out a lot. And thank you guys for watching this video. Subscribe if you're new. I do these every now and again. They're fun.